present leadership of Nigeria is not speaking the truth. Nigeria is a very rich country. Nigeria as a country is so blessed and very rich, but the country lacks leadership. Those managing the affairs of Nigeria since the country returned to a democratic system of government do not have what it takes to lead Nigeria. They are so corrupt and see government as a means to enrich themselves and their families instead of working to make the country great. So those leaders who are saying that the wealth of Nigeria is overestimated are not being fair to the country. Almost all the natural resources that the world needs are in Nigeria. The leadership of Nigeria extracts them, sells them to the outside world, and uses the money from the sales of these natural resources for their personal gains. If the leadership of Nigeria can eradicate corruption, or reduce it to the lowest level, then they would have more than enough to invest in the economy of Nigeria. Look at how the government of Nigeria is spending money on irrelevant things instead of using it for the betterment of the people of Nigeria. It is so sad to see the people of Nigeria go through economic hardship because of the bad leaders of the country who have refused to put the economy of Nigeria in good shape. Former Governor Rufai of Kaduna State, who was unable to manage the affairs of Kaduna State properly, is allegedly warming up to contest for the post of President of Nigeria in 2027. Ex-Governor Rufai of Kaduna State is one of Nigeria's most corrupt ex-governors. This is based on our findings. Before leaving office in 2023, Rufai left a huge debt of over 100 billion naira. If Nigeria is a place where laws and accountability work, by now, Rufai should have been put on trial for misappropriation of state funds. This corrupt ex-governor and his manipulative activities in Kaduna State while serving as governor made it extremely difficult for the current governor of Kaduna State to run the affairs of the state properly. As a result of these troubling issues, salaries and pension allowances cannot be paid in the state. We have also heard how a few politicians in Nigeria were comparing ex-Governor Rufai with Mr. Peter Obie of the Labour Party, saying that ex-Governor Rufai did a better job in Kaduna State than ex-Governor Peter Obie of Anambra State. We are looking at such a group of individuals as uninformed and illiterate. They also lack the ability and wisdom to read the handwriting on the wall. Mr. Peter Obie is a great man with integrity who never owed a worker or a pensioner in Anambra State before he left office. He also made investments for the people of Anambra State and saved billions of naira for the state, which, till today, no ex-governor or governor has ever done in the history of Nigeria. Instead, other ex-governors of Nigeria stole the monthly allocations meant for their various states, including the internally generated revenues of their states. They also left huge debt for the newly elected governors to carry, just like ex-Governor Rufai did in Kaduna State, which is very bad. The Viewers Corner news team is appealing to the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission of Nigeria to investigate ex-Governor Rufai of Kaduna State, because he caused huge damage in Kaduna State. He should explain to Nigerians, especially the people of Kaduna State, what he used all the allocations he received from the federal government of Nigeria while serving as governor of Kaduna State to do. How did he spend the money? Nigerians need answers. The time has come for those ex-governors to be put on trial, and if they are found guilty, they should go to jail for a very long period of time without any option of a fine. The Viewers Corner news team would plead with the governor of Kaduna State to renegotiate the payment of debt with the creditors, and also cut down on the cost of governance in his state so that he can pay workers' salaries and pensioners' allowances, assuming the debt owed by the state is the reason salaries and pension allowances cannot be paid. Again, it is absolutely wrong not to pay workers' salaries and pensioner allowances at the end of every month. So the governor should do the needful because it is mandatory. France is losing its grip on the continent of Africa and may put up a last-minute fight. What were they expecting, that the continent of Africa would remain under the French and West dictatorial systems forever? Such a system will never work anymore. France and the West did that to the forefathers of Africa. And now the children of Africa, who are wiser and more educated, have come to the conclusion that victimization and slavery shall never be their portion, including the generation yet unborn, which is great. We advised France and the West in the past to change their manipulative system and embrace a more acceptable partnership system that would favor both France, the West, and the United States of America, including the people of Africa. Because we believe that Africa has more than enough to sustain the whole world. But France and their allies refused, believing that they have upper hands that would enable them to always dominate and have full control of the continent of Africa. Now France and the West are being sent out of Africa, and there is nothing they are going to do about it other than leave, which is nice. Again, there is nothing in this life that will last forever. So if you keep on subjecting the less privileged to abject poverty because you have the upper hand, a day shall come when such injustice is going to fail you. This is exactly what is happening on the continent of Africa. Africans have risen up to challenge those who dehumanized their forefathers and subjected them to nothing. They have come up to stand against injustice and, at the same time, reclaim their dignity. It is already happening, and it will continue until absolute victory is achieved. President Bola Tinubu should call Mr. Wiki to order because he is overstepping. The recent demolition of an Igbo businessman's estate in Abuja showed the hatred Mr. Wiki has for the Igbo tribe in Nigeria. Even when a court of law in Nigeria issued an order that the demolition of the estate should not be carried out, Mr. Wiki, who is the Federal Capital Territory Minister, went ahead to demolish the multi-billion naira estate investment. The Viewers Corner news team would want to remind Mr. Wiki that he is just an appointed minister who can also be removed from office when his excesses can no longer be condoned. Therefore, we join millions of Nigerians who stood for the truth, calling on Mr. Wiki to be fair in his dealings with Nigerians. Again, some Nigerians held that position before Mr. Wiki was appointed, and they never threatened any ethnic group in Nigeria, or destroyed their properties like Mr. Wiki is doing at the moment. So, he should tread carefully and do his job in the best interest of the people of Nigeria. President Paul Kagame of Rwanda has become a problem on the continent of Africa, especially in the Democratic Republic of Congo. When a beautiful dancer stays too long on stage, its value diminishes. Meaning that President Paul Kagame of Rwanda started nicely by rebuilding his country, which has given Rwanda a great name across the world as one of the best countries on the continent of Africa. But right now, President Paul Kagame is trying to dent his legacy by working with some enemies of Africa to destabilize the Democratic Republic of Congo, which is unacceptable. Some African leaders are pointing fingers at President Paul Kagame of Rwanda as one of those causing conflicts in the Democratic Republic of Congo. He is allegedly arming a rebel group there, which he has denied. The Viewers Corner news team is appealing to President Paul Kagame of Rwanda to stop his evil agenda towards the Democratic Republic of Congo. We urge him to assist in making peace in that country, or leave the people of the Democratic Republic of Congo alone. The rebel group that he is alleged to be sponsoring has killed lots of innocent people in the country, and many have been displaced. So it is time to face your country, Rwanda, and leave the people of Democratic Republic of Congo alone. President Paul Kagame has been in power for so many years, even though he made Rwanda great. But as long as the country is practicing a democratic system of government, a time limit should be put in place because Rwanda is not your private property. You must organize a free and fair election so that you can hand over power to another leader. You cannot be in office forever, you just have to leave so that peace can reign in that region of Africa. If you want more in-depth analysis on politics and good governance, subscribe to Viewers Corner News, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest videos. Thanks for watching.